So the game I'm playing today is called TrackMania, as in the one that came out this year in 2020, not the original TrackMania from 2003. Because clarification is overrated. But yes, this is the new TrackMania game that Ubisoft have been teasing for a few months now. And for the record, yes, this new game is literally just called TrackMania. I mean, that wouldn't be an issue under normal circumstances, but the only problem is that the original TrackMania from way back in the day was also called TrackMania. I mean, it would have been nice if they had a little bit of clarification in the game's title to prevent people from getting confused, but for the sake of simplicity, I think I'm just going to be referring to this game as TrackMania 2020, and that's probably what I'm going to title this video as well. But in all seriousness though, yes, the new TrackMania game is finally out now, and I'm pretty excited. I'm excited for a few different reasons, mainly the fact that there's another new TrackMania game in our hands now, and it's also free, for the most part. There's definitely a big asterisk that I need to put around the word free, but I'm going to talk about that in just a bit. But I'm also excited because I haven't covered a TrackMania game on the channel in quite a while. I don't believe I've covered anything TrackMania related on the channel since Mini TrackMania, which I played back in like 2018, I think early 2018, and that wasn't even a proper TrackMania game. It was basically like a tiny flash game that wasn't even made by Nadeo, but it was meant to promote the, at the time, upcoming release of TrackMania Sunrise. Did it really qualify as a TrackMania game, though? I wouldn't say so, honestly. And ever since I played that game, I've kind of just forgotten about TrackMania for a little while. I mean, there weren't really any other TrackMania games that I could play. I mean, I did mention that I wanted to try and play some of the older TrackMania games at some point in time, but I wasn't really sure at the time how exactly I was going to get my hands on the older TrackMania games because I didn't want to pirate them. Since none of the older TrackMania games are available on Steam, though, I figured that maybe I would have to, like, order a used physical copy of the game on eBay or Amazon. Ultimately, I did not go through with that plan, and I just ended up forgetting about this franchise for a couple of years. I was thinking at one point about possibly revisiting some of the TrackMania 2 games, like TrackMania Canyon, Stadium Valley, and Lagoon, and maybe redoing all of the official campaigns for those games, just to try and, like, you know, do a better job, since I know for a fact my commentary has gotten a lot better since I did my initial playthrough of those 4 games, but that plan never ended up coming to fruition either. I was starting to wonder at some point whether or not I would ever bring TrackMania back to my channel, because it was very likely that I probably never would, and I would just end up forgetting about the series altogether, but to my surprise, Ubisoft did announce another new TrackMania game earlier this year, and that game is finally available. So I finally feel comfortable enough now bringing this franchise back to the channel, although as with most of the series that I tend to revisit on the channel, this will most likely be just a one-off occurrence. I don't think I'm gonna turn this into like an indefinite series where I just play community maps like what I did with TrackMania United Forever. I do have this entire video planned out though. There are some specific things that I would like to show off in this new TrackMania game, and with that being said, I think I'm just gonna start showing them off right now, because I don't really have anything else to preface the video with, so how about we get started here then? So what I'm gonna talk about first is this little thing right here in the top right hand corner of the screen. You see this little button right here that says Starter Access? So, there are some things that I need to explain about this TrackMania game, because this is kind of a strange entry in the TrackMania series. So this TrackMania game is supposed to be primarily a remake of TrackMania Nations. TrackMania Nations, for those of you who are unfamiliar with it, was another free TrackMania game, except unlike this one, it was completely free, and that game originally came out all the way back in 2006. Now when I first heard that this TrackMania game would be a remake of TrackMania Nations, I was admittedly a little worried at first, because even though I haven't played TrackMania Nations itself on the channel before, I have covered the majority of the tracks from that game. While the original tracks from TrackMania Nations were not officially ported over to Nations Forever or United Forever, they are in fact compatible with those two TrackMania games due to the fact that they share the exact same game engine. So what I ended up doing a long time ago was that I actually played through the majority of Nations tracks in United Forever. Forever. And the reason I was so worried about this game was because I thought that all of the tracks that would be featured in this game, all of the official ones anyway, would just be simple remakes of all the tracks from Nations. And since I've already played the majority of the tracks from Nations in United Forever, I was worried that we would just be retreading familiar ground again. Like, we would just be playing the exact same tracks again, but just like more prettier, spruced up versions of them. But as it turns out, that's not the case. All of the official campaign tracks in this TrackMania game were designed specifically for this game. So none of the old tracks from Nations are featured here in this game. They're all brand new. So you don't need to worry about that if you have played the original TrackMania Nations already. Now, another thing we need to talk about is this starter access stuff that I'm showing on the screen right here. Now, this is why I said a couple of minutes ago that I need to put a massive asterisk around the word free, because this game is technically not free. So in order to gain access to specific features in this TrackMania game, you're gonna need to purchase a Club Access subscription. And there's 3 different tiers that you have here. Now, the first tier, which is the Starter Access, is a free tier. So this says, with Starter Access, discover TrackMania's core features for free, play solo and multiplayer on 25 new maps every season, earn medals, track your progression, get the best of player campaigns, replay skins, simple track editors, and compete every week in the National League. But then you have the second tier, which is Standard Access, and this is one that you have to pay for. So Standard Access is a 1-year pass offering the perfect experience for regular players, full of creation and activities. Race and compete in the daily players map selection, join public club activities, campaigns, and online rooms, create tracks with the advanced editor and test them online, create and share your race videos infinitely, and then at the end of your 1-year period, keep the 100 official maps, 365 tracks of the day, and the advanced track editor. And then finally, you have the third tier, which is the Club Access. It's a 1-year or 3-year pass offering the most complete TrackMania experience with customization, pro-level competitions, unique ways to socialize in-game. So you have club activities, club rankings, you can create your own club, you can customize your car with your skins or club skins, and then at the end of the 1-year or 3-year period, you keep all of the official maps, all the different tracks of the day, and the advanced track editor. Now, I'm not going to purchase them right here, but I do want to show you guys what exactly this screen looks like, because these subscriptions are not cheap. So Standard Access 1 year costs $13.49 Canadian dollars. I think this would be closer to like 10 in the United States. And then Club Access 1 year is $40, and then Club Access 3 years is $80. So basically, in order to gain access to many of the different features that historically have been staples of the TrackMania franchise, you now need to pay either a yearly or tri-yearly subscription in order to maintain access to them. I don't understand why they even designed it like this. I very much would have appreciated it if I could just purchase the game and get access to all the features of the game permanently. I don't understand why you have this like weird subscription service where you only get access to certain features of the game for a limited time, and then you have to pay again in order to keep access to all these features. Like, I don't understand why it couldn't have just been like the older TrackMania games where you just pay $20 or $25 up front for the game, or $50 if you're purchasing TrackMania Turbo, and just have access to everything permanently. This is a very bizarre subscription model, and as someone who has been a fan of TrackMania for like the past 10 years, I'm just not a fan of it at all. Understandably, a lot of TrackMania players were very upset about this new subscription model, and it's so weird because when Ubisoft was getting called out by TrackMania fans over this stuff, they tried to defend the subscription model by claiming that it wasn't actually a subscription model, despite the fact that it is literally a subscription model. You know, typical Ubisoft trying to twist the definitions of specific terms like they always do. But I did want to get all of this stuff out of the way immediately before diving headfirst into the game, because this game is structured very differently than the previous TrackMania games, unlike previous entries in the series where you would either just pay the full price of the game up front, or in the case of the free entries like Nations and Nations Forever, they were just completely free and had like no subscription model or microtransactions whatsoever. This game is very different than that. So I just wanted to inform you guys that if you want to get access to everything that this game has to offer, you're gonna have to pay for it, and you're gonna have to pay for it multiple times. It's honestly very dumb, and I just hate it with a passion. So what exactly are you able to check out in the game for free? Well, quite a few things, actually. So there is this new training mode that they added where you can get acquainted with some of the new mechanics and also returning mechanics that they added in this game. All of the tracks in the training mode were made specifically for training mode though, so they're basically just tutorial tracks. There's 25 of them in total, and then over here you have Summer 2020, which is an official campaign made by Nadeo. This campaign also includes 25 tracks, and what makes this game different from other TrackMania games is that these campaign tracks are not technically permanent. What Nadeo are choosing to do with this game instead is that they are now creating seasonal campaigns for the game. So the first seasonal campaign that they have here is Summer 2020, but this campaign is not going to stick around forever because it will eventually be replaced with a Fall or Autumn 2020 campaign. So effectively what you're getting here is that you're getting 25 free tracks if you have starter access, but all of the tracks are going to be swapped out every 3 months with a brand new campaign. So there is going to be another campaign for autumn, and there's probably going to be another one for winter and spring, and they're just going to keep swapping out the campaigns with every passing season. Now, as I mentioned before, if you do have club access or standard access to the game, you will be able to keep all of the previous seasonal campaign tracks even once they finally go away. I do actually kind of like this idea because it does keep things fresh by constantly swapping out tracks every few months. And then you also have Track of the Day as well. So Track of the Day is kind of interesting because basically what this is that they're choosing random tracks that were created by TrackMania's community, and they're effectively allowing people to compete on these tracks. Because I'm pretty sure that the Track of the Day is meant to be more like a competitive mode, rather than a casual one. So there's already 2 tracks that are available here, so the leaderboard is now closed for this track right here that's called U-Turn. The Track of the Day today, at the time I'm recording this video, is something called Formula Goo 1, and then the Track of the Day for July 3rd will unlock in approximately 17.5 hours. Now, the only problem with this is that you need standard access in order to play the Tracks of the Day. Since I don't have standard access right now, well, I can't access any of these tracks, so there's not really anything else I can do about this. Unfortunately, I won't be able to show off the Track of the Day for now, and I didn't really plan on showing that off in the first place. I just wanted to show you guys that it was there. And then you also have these other things like Live, again, Summer 2020, the Track of the Day. The events are coming soon, so I guess this is something that is not actually available in the game yet, like it hasn't been added to the game. There is also this arcade mode, which is basically like a multiplayer mode, and I believe what this mode is that it essentially allows you to play online with other players, but all of the campaigns that it chooses for arcade mode are campaigns created by the game's community. Except for Summer 2020, of course, because that campaign was made by Nadeo themselves. But the majority of campaigns that it chooses for arcade mode were community made. And as you can see, it swaps out campaigns from time to time. I think it swaps them out every half hour. I'm not entirely sure how exactly it chooses campaigns for the arcade mode, but I'll leave you guys to discover that for yourselves because I'm not particularly interested in it. I'm not currently part of an in-game club, and I don't really give too much of a crap about that anyway. Again, I'll let you guys discover that for yourselves. Then you also have local multiplayer, which was brought back from older TrackMania games. Play a map, which you also need standard access for, so not gonna dwell on that for too much longer. Playing against a replay, which you also need standard access for, and then local network I think you can actually just access at any time, even if you have starter access. As you can see, there are a few players on this server that's called Mario Kart for some odd reason. And then you have Create, so you have the map editor of course, map review, replay editor, and garage. So I do believe you have access to the map editor in the starter access version of the game, but you only have access to the simple one and not the advanced one. Map Review, also need standard access for that. Replay Editor, I don't have any replays right now. Then you have Garage, I don't think... Oh wait, can you actually create a skin even with... Oh, I guess apparently you can. Alright, well I'm not going to concern myself with that. I thought for sure you needed standard access for that. and also my skins. There's also nothing in here, or edit a skin, I should say. There's also club skins here as well, but again, I'm not very interested in that. So, with all of that out of the way, how's about we finally play some tracks here? I am very sorry about this extremely long intro, but there's just a lot of things that I wanted to explain from the get-go, because this TrackMania game differs greatly from the previous ones, so there was just a lot of stuff that I felt I needed to explain immediately, just so you guys would understand what exactly is happening in this TrackMania game, because there's a lot happening, and I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of old-school TrackMania fans find all of these new, like, menu options extremely overwhelming, because frankly they are. So with all that out of the way, I am going to start by showing off the training tracks first. Yes, we're gonna get into the actual game finally, guys. So it is possible to get medals on all of the training levels here, as you can see, because I have gold medals on every single track except for a few here. Just a select few, like 19, 23, and 25. So there are a few things that they changed with TrackMania itself, like gameplay-wise, and I do want to show off these new mechanics. Of course, they did bring some old mechanics back too, but there are a few new ones that I feel I need to go over. Like, there's a few new block types that they added, and I feel it's important that I go over them, but this is actually not one of the tracks that has one of the new block mechanics. This is just the first, like, training track, just to, you know, introduce you to the main mechanics, like how the car performs, or I guess how it, like how the car controls, that's what I'm trying to say. That's just a very simple level, like introducing to you how exactly you control the car, see how it turns and whatnot, get a nice feel for it. One thing I want to point out is that the cars have been redesigned a little bit in this game as well. They do look very similar to the stadium cars from TrackMania Nations Forever. All of the paint schemes for the cars in this game are modeled after different countries. In this case, because I am Canadian, I have my classic Canada car here, and I really do like how it looks in this game, because this is not how it looked in Nations Forever, or even TrackMania Turbo for that matter. It's really nice looking, and you'll also notice that the speedometer for the cars doesn't appear on the heads-up display anymore. It now appears on the car itself. You'll see that there's like a little LCD display on the back of the car that's showing you its current speed, and I really like that. I really like the new design that they gave for the cars here. The heads-up display doesn't feel as cluttered as it did in previous TrackMania games, and I really appreciate that. I'm very much liking the design here. I have no idea why that screen appeared, but we are going to move on to the next map now, because there's not really anything more to say about that map. It's probably the least interesting map in the training mode. But now we get introduced to Dirt. Now, the thing about Dirt is that this was in the previous TrackMania games as well. Like, you had some courses in older TrackMania games that were comprised of dirt. So this is nothing new here, except the actual appearance of the dirt is slightly different. It looks a little more, I guess you could say, professional? I don't know, it kind of feels like artificial dirt almost, or that's what it looks like to me at least. But this is a terrain type that was featured in older TrackMania games though, so this is nothing new. Like TrackMania Stadium had this, and so did Turbo, and also Nations Forever. Not much more to say about that, so now we're gonna go on to Track 3. So Track 3 is also the return of a different terrain type that we did also see in previous TrackMania games. We have ice. And, well, let's just say that it's very difficult to control these cars on this kind of terrain. As you can see, you can kind of power slide your way to the end, but my god, is it ever difficult to, like, maintain traction, because, I mean, you don't have any traction on ice. I mean, there's barely any friction, that's the issue here, so you're just sliding around everywhere. But ice is also another terrain type that has been featured in older TrackMania games. This was featured originally in the snow environment, and the snow environment was featured in United Forever, and I think the original United as well. It might have even appeared in some other TrackMania games too, but I don't recall for sure. It's a little bit easier to control your car on this type of ice than it is in the snow environments though, and this is also the first time in which you can put down the ice terrain in the stadium environment, because you weren't able to do that before. I also really like how the tires get covered in snow as well when you're driving on this particular terrain. Kind of like kicks up the little ice particles as well. I did actually beat my previous record on that track somehow, but we're gonna move on for the time being, not gonna dwell on that for too much longer. So this next track here is introduction to what I believe might actually be a brand new type of terrain. This is basically like I guess a professional racetrack kind of terrain. I'm not entirely sure how to describe it, but as you can see, it's kind of bumpy. I don't know, these are almost like bank turns, kind of like what you would find in, I don't know, NASCAR, I guess? I don't think you're supposed to drive on the top of this type of terrain. I think you are supposed to drive on the bottom, or like near the bottom. Like the bank sides of this terrain, that's where you're supposed to be driving on. Like that's where the preferred driving line is, I guess you could say. I guess the exact type of terrain that this could be called would probably be asphalt, because I mean the default appearance of most TrackMania tracks isn't really asphalt. It looks more like steel. Like for instance, in the first track that we played, that type of terrain looked a lot more like steel than anything else. I'm not entirely sure what exactly this terrain is called, like officially, but it's bumpy, that's all you really need to know. So try taking your time on those kinds of courses, because if you're going too fast, you could potentially hit a bump and just completely fly off the track. So yeah, it's kind of dangerous, just a little bit. So there are turbos that also come back. These were also introduced in the older TrackMania games. Also, I just completely destroyed myself there. Hang on. We're gonna try that again. Yeah, so we also have loops as well, but there's also these little obstacles in the way too. I think those poles were also in older TrackMania games as well, but they had a slightly different appearance though. They looked more like they were made out of steel too. These ones don't. The poles in this game look a lot more like they were made out of some sort of rubbery substance, because as you can see, they're red now. So in track number 6 here, we have the return of another old mechanic from previous TrackMania games. If you remember the freewheeling sections at all, these have also been brought back. Of course, they don't say freewheeling anymore. They now say engine off. And basically what they do is that, well, they turn off your engine. Also, how in the world did I not make it? I thought for sure that I had enough speed in order to get up that little hill. No. That's Boulder Dash. Is that how they even say it? Is that how the saying goes? Okay, please and thank you. There, at least I made it to the end. Good lord. Yeah, I played that track a lot better off screen for sure, because I did actually get the gold medal on this. But yes, the freewheeling sections from TrackMania United Forever have been brought back, and they were also in Turbo as well. Basically, the types of blocks that shut your engine off, that's what I'm referring to. They've been brought back, they're not a new feature though. Their appearance is different, however, but again, not a very interesting map at all. So let's move on to the next one. Track 7, we have the reintroduction of rings. There were also rings that you could jump through in older TrackMania games, but they behave a little bit differently in this one. So what exactly do the rings in this TrackMania game do? Well, they effectively turn your car into a hover car, and you're gonna see what I mean right now. Yeah, as you can see, there's flames that are just flying out of the wheels now. Oh my god, dude. Did I actually get the Trackmaster medal? Holy crap. Okay, well, I was not expecting to get Trackmaster at all, but yeah, so basically what happens here is that the rings effectively give you like a little speed boost now, but they also basically cause your car to hover over the ground right before it lands. And when that happens, you do actually get a pretty big boost of speed, because as you can see, my speedometer suddenly increased from like 200 all the way up to 450, like almost instantly. Now, I'm not entirely sure if you can use this mechanic to basically hover in the air for a short period of time, but the way that the new rings work in this game, they effectively allow you to glide for a little while. Or I guess it makes it a lot easier for your car to glide in the air. So with this mechanic, your car can effectively stay airborne for a little bit longer. It's actually a really cool feature, and this is technically a new feature too. I mean, the rings themselves are not, but this mechanic where your car effectively transforms into a hover car, and it has flames shooting out of its wheels, that's basically new. Well, not basically, it's definitely new. Also, the Trackmaster medals have been brought back as well. I guess I could point that out too, even though I haven't managed to get a Trackmaster medal up until now. So Track 8 also introduces another new block type, and I am going to drive over them on purpose just to show you what exactly this is. So there is a brand new slow motion block that has been added now, and these are not very helpful because I believe you are supposed to avoid them at all costs. So effectively what the slow motion blocks do is that they cause your car to, well, move in slow motion. As you can see, you do maintain your speed even when you are going in slow motion, so effectively what's happening here is that it basically war-ups time and space around you. Time still flows normally because it doesn't cause the timer below to slow down at all, but the driver's perception of time is effectively slowed down. And that's not a very good thing, because you want to avoid these blocks as much as you possibly can. You're actually supposed to go around them by heading over to the left instead. You'll also notice that there's another brand new green block that they added over here called a reset block. So this is the reset block right here, this little green thing with the X's on it. So what that basically does is that it resets your vehicle. It's pretty self-explanatory. So if you are being affected by one of the slow motion blocks, you just drive over the reset block and your car will return to normal. If your car is not currently being affected by anything, well, the reset blocks do nothing. I should also note that passing through a checkpoint will also reset your car. And yes, the checkpoints have been brought back too. Although the checkpoints themselves also behave a bit differently too now, because instead of starting directly at the checkpoint, you actually start a little bit further away from the checkpoint, and you're also moving as well. Basically what happens now is that if you try to reset at a checkpoint, it'll actually replay the last couple of seconds that occurred before you pass through the checkpoint, which means instead of being plopped down at the checkpoint and not moving, the game will effectively replay the last second or two that occurred before you pass through the checkpoint, which means your car will actually be moving at the speed that it was when it passed through the checkpoint, if that makes any sense. As a matter of fact, before I move on here, I will demonstrate it just to, just to give you guys a better understanding of it, in case you have no clue what the hell I'm talking about at all. So, pass through the checkpoint, and then I'm going to reset by pressing backspace, and as you can see, it doesn't actually reset me back at the checkpoint. Basically, it replays the last second that happened before I passed through it. And as you can see, I am effectively moving at the exact same speed that I was moving when I passed through the checkpoint, so around 240 km/h. And this does behave slightly differently than it did in older TrackMania games, because in TrackMania Turbo, for instance, if I tried to restart at a checkpoint, it would place me directly on the checkpoint line, but my car would not be moving at all. It would basically reset the position of my car at the checkpoint line, and I would have to manually start accelerating again in order to get off the checkpoint line. That's not the case with this game though, because in this game, you actually maintain your momentum when you restart at a checkpoint. In older games, it would effectively reset your speed back to 0. So, now that we have that map out of the way, we are going to move on to Track 9. And here in Track 9, we get introduced to another type of block. This one is purple. So what exactly does this block do to our car? Yep, it removes our steering completely. That's effectively what it does. Also, we jump through the ring. Oh yeah, this ring right here is actually a different type of ring, because instead of giving us a speed boost, it also takes away our steering. So technically there's multiple different kinds of rings that you can jump through in this game. So yeah, there are some new blocks here which, instead of taking away our engine, they just take away our steering, but that's still dangerous because you have to try and avoid all of these, all these poles right here, these red poles. You have to line it up in a very specific fashion in order to avoid all the poles. Yeah, and then when you get to this section right here, you still can't turn, so all you can really do is accelerate. Just accelerate right to the finish, because that's literally all you can do. Your steering wheel is practically useless. So now that we've been formally introduced to that block type, we're gonna move on to Track 10. Track 10, we're gonna get introduced to something that was technically in older TrackMania games before. So, this red block over here, I mean, it does basically have a different design. This right here is a super turbo. So, this is basically a turbo, except it's just a lot stronger. I mean, there's not really anything else to it. Yeah, not really the most interesting block type, it's just that it gives you a much bigger boost of speed than the regular turbos. It's also kind of cool because it causes the LCD display on the back of your car to turn red momentarily, which I think is kind of interesting, but not interesting enough that I feel like dwelling on it for another 5 minutes, so frick it, let's go to the next map. So here in Track 11, effectively what we're doing here is that we're getting introduced to the concept of air control. So it is possible to brake in midair, and for some tracks you're gonna have no choice. Seriously? How did that not okay, anyway, I'm not gonna dwell on it. Don't dwell on anything, otherwise I'm just gonna get, like, triggered. There we go. Yeah, so this level effectively introduces you to the concept of air control, because you can brake in midair, and if you want to adjust the trajectory of your car in midair, then yeah, use the arrow keys like brake, and you can also accelerate too. So yes, these cars do in fact have air control. Just use the up and down arrow keys if you're using the keyboard to either brake or accelerate. And the whole point of this track is that you're trying to get into the finish line, but as you can see, you have to jump over to it, and if you're accelerating too quickly, then you'll overshoot the finish line. And if you brake too much, then you're gonna just miss the jump altogether. You're not even gonna make it. Air control is definitely key when you're going off some of these ramps in this game. But again, this is not a new mechanic though, because I'm pretty sure the older TrackMania games had this feature too. Air control is nothing new. Track 12, you also have this, yeah, these jumps right here, but these were also in the older TrackMania games. It's pretty simple. Just go over the jumps. There we go, just jump like this. I mean, you kind of have to, like, brake a little bit as well. Maybe try turning a little bit earlier than you normally would if you want to go a lot faster. But there's not really anything else to say about that, so just some simple jumps. We did have track designs like this in older TrackMania games too. I think TrackMania Stadium had walls like that, or like wall jumps. Track 13, we're getting introduced to the concept of wall riding, which is also nothing new, because you could also do that in older TrackMania games, like Turbo, for instance, and I think Stadium, and even Canyon, actually. But there is also a turbo on the side of the wall right there, which will, you know, give us some acceleration to get to the finish line a lot quicker. You may have also noticed that the actual amount of time that you've taken to complete the track, that also appears on top of the finish line as well. And it also appears on the checkpoints too. Again, this doesn't have any real significance, basically the game telling you that you're extremely slow. That's effectively what it's telling you. Nothing too interesting about that track though, so let's move on. Track 14, we have another new mechanic that wasn't in the other TrackMania games, it's exclusive to this one. So, this green turbo right here, you see reactor boost down, or at least I think that's what it said. So this is kind of a weird block type right here. Also, I got a new personal best. Yeah, so this block type is kind of a weird one, because effectively what it does is that it causes your car to be thrusted downwards. It basically applies a lot of downwards thrust onto your car, and it makes it a lot weightier, I guess you could say. Or it makes your car feel a lot heavier than it actually is. But this can be useful for getting over some of these really weird, like, 90-degree angle jumps right here. Not sure if I worded that very well at all, but yeah, these straight vertical jumps, it's a lot easier to make it over those kinds of jumps if there's a lot of downward thrust being applied to your car like that, so that's what those block types are useful for. It's kind of like the opposite of what those rings were doing in track number 7, or at least I think it was the 7th track, I already forgotten. It's kind of a strange one, but it can definitely be useful in certain situations. Track 15, we get introduced to another block type. This is a fragile block type. So, as its name would imply, it makes your car incredibly fragile, because you know how in certain TrackMania games, like TrackMania Canyon, you do have visual damage that appears on some of the vehicles, but it doesn't actually affect the performance of your car? Well, not anymore. Because what the fragile block does is that not only does it cause visual damage to your car, but it also causes physical damage that you can actually feel in the controls. So if your car collides with too many walls or it takes too much heavy landings, then it will become damaged to the point where it'll become barely drivable. You might have noticed a little bit earlier that it was kind of starting to wobble a little bit, and that's an indication that it's taking a lot of damage. But again, driving over a reset block will get rid of any previous effects that other block types may have had on your vehicle, or that they may have applied to it. Also, I think fragile is one of the very few block types that doesn't get reset when you go through a checkpoint. Even if you pass through a checkpoint, your car will still remain fragile, so the only way you can reverse that effect is by going over a reset block. So with that done now, let's move on to track 16. So the next few tracks are going to be a little bit strange here, because tracks 16 to 19 are effectively the exact same track, except they're just built upon different terrain. So now you're really going to get introduced to how all the different types of terrain function here. So this is just a simple track right here where you have a bunch of like really tight hairpin turns. However, if we go over to track 17, you are going to notice that it's actually the exact same track, except this time it's made entirely out of dirt. So in these tracks, you can get a better feel for how all the different terrains function, or how your car handles on all the different types of terrain. So this is just the same track again, except it's just built upon dirt this time. Again, there's not really anything else to say about this, except I'm actually going to beat my personal best again, I think. Yeah, I did. Holy crap. Yeah, you get a nice little jump over there. Just landed right on my head, all sorts of brain trauma. So then we move on to track 18. And what you're going to notice about this track is that it is once again the exact same track, except this time it's now built on the bumpy sort of asphalt terrain that we saw earlier in track number 4. Again, not really anything else to say about this track right here, except you definitely want to go downwards right over here. Okay, wow. That's my fault for not braking, because I wasn't even paying attention. Holy crap. Yeah, so these ones just allow you to get a better feel for the different types of terrain, effectively. And then this next track right here, track 19, same track again, except this time it's built on ice. Now, this was one of the very few tracks that I have not been able to get a gold medal on, because I really don't do well with these ice tracks, guys. I mean, holy crap, like, these are, like, so hard to control, for goodness sakes. You kind of have to, like, power slide through, the entire track right here. That's effectively what you have to try and do, and holy crap, man, it's so hard to control. Because even when you can barely even brake at all, because your car doesn't actually stop. You just basically lose all of your traction. Like, you basically don't have brakes in any of these tracks at all. I mean, you can kind of still do, like, 180s. You can kind of be a show-off a little bit. Kind of have to, like, bug slide your way through all of these courses. That's effectively how you do this. In fact, I'm given to believe that the ice tracks in this game were designed specifically with bug sliding in mind. Also, anyone who has played TrackMania before will understand what I'm talking about when I say bug slide. So then we have this track right here, track number 20, which is effectively a track that utilizes all 4 different types of terrain. Well, technically not all 4. There's actually a 5th type of terrain that we haven't seen yet, and we're gonna get introduced to it in just a little bit, so just be patient with that for now. But this is just a course that basically, it basically tests everything that you've been taught up to this point. So testing your knowledge of all the different terrain types that we've seen up to this point. A pretty self-explanatory track, though. So now we have track 21, which is also kind of a bizarre one. So this is effectively a tiny, like, miniature kind of race course here, as you can see. So you have a very small course that you actually race on, or like the track itself is very minuscule, and there's no walls. You can very easily go off the track. There's not really anything that's preventing you from just sliding right off it. These next few tracks are essentially introducing you to the concept of grass, or at least that one did. This one actually introduces you to the concept of dirt, but this version of the track is a little bit interesting though, because it effectively introduces you to sand. So there is also sand that you can drive on here. You don't want to drive on it though, because it slows you down tremendously, so gotta avoid it at all costs. There we go, I'm just gonna cut through the track. That's definitely not gonna get me towards a personal best, but whatever, you know, it works. It still works, kind of, not really. So there is that, and then track 23, we're almost done with the training tracks already, just so you know. So track 23 is gonna introduce us to the concept of snow, and once again, snow, you don't wanna... You don't want to drive in it, even though you have a lot more traction within the snow, because as you can see, when you're just sliding over the tracks normally like this, you barely have any traction whatsoever. It is a little bit easier to control your car in the snow, but you cannot go all that quick with it, though. Or you can't accelerate all that quickly in the snow, so you want to try and stay on the icy track as long as possible. There we go. I actually did manage to get a silver that time, because I did beat my personal best. Yeah, I think Nadeo knew that a lot of players were going to have a very difficult time adjusting to these new ice physics right here, because my god, this is almost impossible to control. The gold medal time for this is 26 seconds, and I'm honestly not surprised, because my god, you have to effectively be like a master at bug sliding in order to get through these freaking tracks. This is just like absolute nightmare. These ice tracks are the bane of my existence, guys. You have to understand. And then finally, we have track 24, which is once again the same track, except this time, it's all grassy. So there is technically a 5th type of terrain here, which is grass, but again, this was introduced in the older TrackMania games as well, except this is a type of grass that you can actually drive on, like that is meant like specifically for racing or putting down on different courses. And you do have some pretty decent acceleration here, but not as much as other types of terrain, unfortunately. But you do leave a lot of skid marks in the grass, though, so that's kind of cool, I guess. And then the final training track here is also the longest one out of them all, and this final tutorial course right here is effectively an obstacle course that tests you on everything that you've learned up to this point. So what we gotta do is that we have to go down this giant mountainous track, basically, and we have all different types of terrain right here. Just gotta try and make it down, go all the way to the finish. And we also have Fragile enabled, so we do have to take this a little bit slowly, otherwise, yeah, we're gonna damage our car beyond repair. We're barely gonna be able to even drive at all. Thankfully, we do have checkpoints. You gotta kind of bug slide here. Okay, that was not a very good slide at all. My god. There we go. Okay, that's still not working out very well at all. Bug sliding, I believe, is supposed to be an actual bug with the game's physics, if I'm not mistaken, but I know that a lot of professional TrackMania players have exploited it in order to get better times, and as far as I know, Nadeo doesn't have a problem with those players bug sliding, because I'm almost certain that the way the ice physics work in this game, I almost feel like they were designed deliberately to exploit bug sliding. Because I think Nadeo is very well aware that bug sliding is a physics issue that TrackMania has had for a long time, and they just, I don't know, maybe they're just like incorporating it into the actual gameplay now? I'm not really sure. But that is it for all of the training tracks. There's not really anything else to say about them. They're basically like primer courses. You know, they're gonna train you on the many different aspects of TrackMania here, also showing you all of the different mechanics that they added in this TrackMania game. So now that you've been taught everything that you need to know about the different mechanics and different types of terrain here, we're actually going to jump into the Summer 2020 campaign now. And I have decided that I am going to be playing through every single one of these tracks. However, I am not going to be trying to achieve specific medals on any of these tracks just for the sake of time, because I really don't feel like torturing myself with this for more than 3 hours. So what we're going to do here is that we're just going to try and complete the tracks. I believe it is possible to access every single track in this campaign, even if you've never completed any of the tracks before. Because you'll notice that the difficulty of all these tracks are color-coded, just like in the older games. You do have white, green, blue, red, and black. But I think all of these tracks are available to you from the very get-go, so if you just wanted to go all the way to the final track, you can. But because I prefer to do things in order, we are going to start with the first track here, and I've already played some of these tracks off screen because I already have medals on some of them. These tracks are also ranked, and I am currently in position number 180 in Canada and 12,491 in the world, which is not great at all, but then again, I didn't spend that much time with any of these campaign tracks off screen. I just kind of wanted to get a feel for them first before I actually went ahead and, well, I guess, you know, started recording this video. So I am going to be playing through all these tracks, but I'm just going to try and complete them. I honestly do not give a damn about collecting specific medals here, so just try and get to the end in one piece, and we'll be good. We'll be done with it after that. Okay, top 16 in New Brunswick, apparently. Yeah, so that is my personal best over there. It is possible to display opponents on these tracks as well, like real-world opponents. You can display them in-game as ghosts, which again, you could do in older TrackMania games. This is a returning mechanic. But for now, I'm just going to race against my personal best here. This is an interesting little track where you have like a little dirt section that's kind of going through the forest right here. Yeah, not a very difficult track. But then again, this is only the first one in the campaign. I imagine it's gonna get a lot worse over time. That's all there really is to say about that one in particular. I know it sounds really weird, but I really do like how they designed the trees in this game because they actually look more realistic now. Yeah, they don't have that like weird one-dimensional property to them like they did in previous TrackMania games like Stadium or Canyon. Where the heck am I even going? My god. I was literally just, like, flying off the course after a while. What even was that? But yeah, you can definitely get a better feel for how exactly the hover car mechanics work in this game. You go through that ring, yeah, you turn into a hover car, and as you can see, yeah, you're basically flying. Just gliding through the air at 400 kilometers per hour, because that's not terrifying in the slightest. I think it's fair to say that these vehicles are definitely not street legal. Then again, I don't think they ever were. Okay, so apparently there's opponents from New Brunswick. Can I enable some opponents from New Brunswick here? I want to see what my fellow New Brunswickers are doing on this particular track. Let's go racing with them. Let's see what we have here. Oh yeah, we have a few of them. There we go. Got quite a few of them here. Yeah, unfortunately, it's not like TrackMania United Forever, where, you know, you can see their entire character models. As you can see, they kind of get a little... Yeah, they do start to fade out when you get closer to them, which I'm not sure if I'm, like, too big of a fan of, or, like, I'm not entirely the biggest fan of that. My god. Use your words, man! I'm like, having massive streamer brain right now, even though I'm, again, not even streaming. But yeah, I did want to show that mechanic off, because as you can see, yeah, you do have opponents that you can enable, like ghost opponents. Yeah, but they don't appear transparent in the replays for some reason, which I don't understand at all. but you can see them there. Very nice indeed. And all these freaking cars. I just completely lost control of my car on that jump right there. I'm not even sure what I'm doing at this point. Right, so we're gonna move straight on ahead to track 4 right here. Now, this is kind of a strange one. So we have a lot of, like, really tight square-shaped corners that we kind of have to, like, cut. There we go. Gotta do some corner cutting. That's not corner cutting at all. I went, like, really far away from the corner there. Like this right here. Oh, there we go. Got so close to the corner. Yeah, so this is gonna be another, yeah, reactor boost down. That's what it was called. So I have to try and brake there. There, so I can actually, like, come back down to Earth, for goodness sakes. And then we just go straight to the finish. There we go. The finish was actually behind us this entire time, but it's not like we could just, like, back up and pass through it, because we have to go through the checkpoints first. So, you can't just cheat that easily in TrackMania. You have never been able to. I mean, I think some tracks had certain exploits that allowed you to bypass, certain sections of the track, and it would still count as a completion, like a proper completion, but aside from that, we are gonna move on, because that's all there is to say about that particular track. Yeah, so there actually aren't that many white difficulty tracks here, because there's only 5. So we do have a Super Turbo right here again. Gotta avoid the poles. These are just some very simple turns right here, which I still apparently cannot perform adequately whatsoever. Jesus Christ! Okay, well... I even saw the pole, like, coming straight towards me, and I didn't even, like, try turning out of the way. This track is like an honest-to-God nightmare to me anyway, because look at this section right here. Look at this section. Got more ice. I didn't even know how to, like, get past this ice correctly here, or, like, how to get past it properly. I always find myself, like, sliding all the way up to the top of the track, and I don't know how to, like, prevent myself from doing that. There we go. It's okay if I crash into the trees now, because I'm done. Yeah, so I already got, like, a bronze trophy on this one. It did actually give me a bronze trophy for completing all the white tracks, so that's fine. We're gonna go to the green difficulty tracks now, because we are done with that. I managed to get a much better time on that previous track, though, so don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about a thing. Right, so track number 6 here, the first green difficulty track. I mean, there's not really all that much to say about this one. There's just a lot of, like, really tight turns that you have to take. But you do see a lot of different, some different types of trees right here, because you see that? Those almost look like Sakura trees. And they're really nice, they're very pretty. I like the pinkish color on them. So you have, like, different variety, yeah, I said that right the first time. My god, brain, please. You have different varieties of trees that you sometimes see on the courses here. I like it. It's nice, it really livens up these courses a little bit. Dare I say it even spruces them up, and yes, that pun was absolutely intended. Track number 7 right here, this is another course that utilizes the asphalt, the bumpy asphalt, as I like to call it. There's probably some sections where you could just, like, yeah, where you could just absolutely cheese it by jumping over the bump in the road. My goodness, there we go. There's, okay, yeah, this is tilted very slightly, and it is gonna go down. This kind of confused me a little bit at first, when I played through this track the first time, but it's not that difficult of a course. There we go, I gotta fend off my personal best, here we go. I think I can afford to go on the bump for now, but I'm just gonna, like, try and play it safe just a little bit. There we go. Then I think we can just kinda cheese this by jumping over here. Yeah, there we go. Very nice indeed. Very good. Right, so that's it for that track. Just move on, because I don't want to waste any time here. Oh my goodness, more Sakura trees. Just love it. I think there's also, like, the little petals that you can see on the ground, too. Okay, really? I just, like, went straight ahead into the pole. I'm not even paying attention at this point. Okay, so this track right here is very reminiscent of an older track from TrackMania Stadium, and also TrackMania Canyon as well. This track where you have all these different types of terrain, and it's extremely bumpy, and you have to, like, maintain control of your car at all times, and it's very difficult to do because you have to keep, like, constantly braking over and over. But braking is not very good because that wastes time, like, when you're going slow. So it is very tricky. You have to try and, again, maintain air control. That's what you gotta do. Maintain air control at all times. So track number 9, this is a bit of a longer one right here. So this one is really bizarre. This kind of tricked me at first with the signage right here. Wow, and it tricked me again. Are you absolutely kidding me? Yeah, this one kind of tricks you with the signage, because this is like a blind hill that you can't even see. But I'm just gonna play it safe here. There we go. There we go. You just get over that, you go into the checkpoint, I got really confused right here because I thought I had to go over the sand dunes for a minute, but no, you actually aren't supposed to do that. There we go, there we go, just collide with the wood, sure, why the heck not? And just lose all of my momentum. There we go. Got a nice bank turn. That was like a blind hill, though. That was very difficult to see what exactly was coming ahead of you. Oh my god. I'm just, like, not even paying attention at this point. Okay, hang on a second. I gotta concentrate a little bit here, guys. I'm sorry. TrackMania is not the easiest game to commentate, unfortunately. I apologize for this. I apologize for this incredibly shoddy performance. Even though I should remember where everything is, because I've actually already played this track off screen. The remainder of the tracks after track 10 are going to be completely blind playthroughs, though, because I haven't experienced them for myself off screen at all. So, that's it for that one. Let's go on to track 10 now. Like I said, we're just trying to complete the tracks. We're not trying to get medals on any of them. Unless I have to get medals on previous tracks in order to access the other tracks, because, admittedly, I didn't actually try going all the way to track 25 before even starting track 1. So I don't know if that is actually how it works, but let's just keep going for now. Don't even dwell on it. Don't even worry about it. I'm gonna jump right here. I am gonna just brake a little bit just to be on the safe side. We did pass through a checkpoint anyway. There we go. This does seem to be effectively the same arena that TrackMania Stadium took place in, and also Nations Forever. There, we just gotta go through this nice little park right here. Very nice. Oh god, I feel a sneeze coming on. Hang on a second. Can we beat this track before I just, like, start sneezing my ass off? Hang on a second. There we go. Got a nice little, like, icy wall ride right here. So this part is a little bit tricky, because I think what you have to do is that you kind of have to slow down a little bit, because what you're meant to do here... Yeah, you're supposed to go underneath the track. You can try going over the track too, because I feel like if you get enough speed, that could potentially work. But it's a lot safer to just go underneath. There we go, sub 50 time. Very good. Yeah, it's a lot simpler to just go underneath the track in that circumstance. So, anyway, we're gonna move on for now. Right, so I have no idea what this track holds in store for me, because I haven't played it at all. Okay, turbo and slow motion. Wait, what is this? Oh god, where do I go? Oh, Jesus, the slalom course, though. Oh, god, a dirt wall ride? Okay, I'm fine with it. I'm okay with it. Oh, Jesus, I'm not okay with it anymore. Whoa, 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 stop, 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 stop. Stop, okay, well... I just passed through the checkpoint. Okay, hang on a second. I can reset. I can reset here, though. Okay, here. Let's try this instead. Let's try this. I don't know how in the world I just avoided the checkpoint altogether. There. Reactor boost up. That's gonna cause me to boost on top of the track. Where am I even going? Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna reset, actually, because I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Here, let's try and do this a little bit better this time. I went through that a little bit slower that time. It was a little bit easier to control, though, so I'm okay with it. I'm honestly okay with it. Oh god, we still have reactor boost up. I didn't reset. Okay, that might not matter. That may not matter, because where is this leading? Oh, that's leading to the finish. Oh, okay, top or bottom? I'm going to the bottom. Whoa, okay. Whoa, alright, game, don't freak out like that, please. Everything just, like, froze for a minute. Oh, I see. So if I want to come back down to Earth, I literally just have to brake in midair, okay. Well, anyway, that track was a little monka-ass, but we're through it now. We're through it. We at least got a bronze for our troubles. Jesus. I mean, it has been quite a while since I played TrackMania, so I will admit that I am still a little bit rusty. I haven't played TrackMania in so long. This is reactor boost down, right? Okay, why are we heading into... Oh, okay, this is like the anti-gravity stuff right here. Because we were just like... Oh my god, dude, how do I keep, like, boning myself on these freaking trees? I mean, that was like the first time I ever crashed into a tree and flipped myself over. Oh my god, the pedals, the Sakura pedals. Oh god, where do I even go? Dude, this is going by too freaking quickly. What is this? This is like a freaking slalom course. Holy crap, man. Relax, will ya? I understand this is the blue difficulty courses, but my god, you're ramping this up so freaking quickly. I'm not ready for it. Am I supposed to be going through the checkpoint like that? That was oriented in a very bizarre, like, position. I have no idea. I think we're okay. I think I'm going the right way. I hope I'm going the right way. Okay, why are we going? Okay, I already know that I have to go the other way around. Okay, there we go. There we go. Oh, we finish upside down. Alright. We still got a bronze for that, actually. 53 seconds was silver. Okay. This is getting very bizarre now, and I'm not sure if I'm a fan of it just yet. But you know, this is just gonna get a lot worse, because this is only the blue tracks. I can only imagine what the red and black tracks are gonna look like. Okay, I already see ice, and I absolutely despise it with every fiber of my being. Oh god. Oh, I don't know about this. Okay, just go down. Go. This is like a little roller coaster ride. You know what this reminds me of? The ice tracks right here? They're like bobsled courses. That's literally what they are. They're bobsled courses. Okay, camera. My god, the camera is honestly not helping with this either. Okay, hang on a second. I need to, like, get my bearings here because, holy crap, things are happening so quickly right now. Okay, like, play it safe a little bit. There we go. Just so that I don't, like, fly off of the side over there. Okay, good. That went a little bit better. Nice, okay. Turbo. I just end up hitting a wall. Great. Okay, another checkpoint. Where's this heading? Okay, slightly tilted a little bit. Which is also a great way to describe how I'm currently feeling about this game. Oh my god. Oh, okay. The course is just right over there. Or the finish. Oh my god, dude. I have to, like, stop braking so much. Because that's what's causing me to lose my traction. And also turning too hard. All of those things are causing me to, like, fail here. Or at least on the ice parts. The ice portions of the tracks. But I still got a bronze for that, so that's okay. Keep going for now. Well, I see a lot of grass for this one. Let's see what we have. Oh, okay, we're going to... Wait, are we supposed to be going down like this? Whoa, what in the world even was that? Don't think I was supposed to go down there. Is this just like a press forward section where I have to keep boosting forward? Okay, no, it's definitely not, because I'm like... I thought for a moment that maybe it was like... Hang on a second, can I just go past it? Am I supposed to go past it? I think I'm supposed to go past it. Okay, for real? Like... See, this is why I don't want to waste time with it, because I know for a fact that if I spend so much time trying to get, like, the best medals on these tracks, it's gonna give me, like, PTSD. Okay, I think... There we go. Okay, yeah. So, the checkpoints do reset the slow motion stuff, which is good. Wait, what is that orange thing? Reactor boost up? Okay, that's... Okay, whoa, hello. Alright. Wait, I got the gold from that? How on earth did I get the gold medal from that? I thought... Okay, yeah. I guess you're not supposed to go in the middle then, because there must not be, like, a checkpoint there that you actually have to pass through. Maybe that's like a trap. Like a beginner's trap or something. How did I get a gold on that? I have no idea. I also really like this first-person view, by the way. First-person view has been improved a lot in this game as well, because you can actually see the cockpit. And you can also see your speedometer in the cockpit, too. I like it. I really like the designs of these cars, dude. But my god, that reactor boost stuff is like terrifying me. I get like sudden short bursts of speed without being prepared for it. Like when I'm the least prepared, I mean. Holy crap. Okay, number 15. There's just 10 more tracks to go after this. I imagine it's not gonna be as easy as just jumping up to the finish line there. No, that's definitely a trap. Okay, well, this was definitely a trap as well, because I'm gonna have to reset now. Okay, here we go. Try turning a little bit better. There we are. Oh, Jesus. Okay, am I gonna just fall in again? Oh my god, dude. Screw this, I'm gonna take a short route. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, well, I thought I was going for, like, a cheese tactic there, but that didn't end up working. Okay, slow it down, buddy boy. You don't have to go all the way up the wall. There. There we go. Yes, okay, because there are checkpoints over here. That's what I thought. That is what I thought. Oh, there's poles. There's poles everywhere. Oh, they're only on the side. Okay, well, that's fine with me. As long as they're just on the side. Nice loop. Very good. That's a bump. I don't like the bump. But maybe I could deal with it. Are these street lamps new as well? Because I don't think I've ever seen those in the older TrackMania games either. Okay, this is going kind of okay. Oh, but this means I'm gonna have to jump all the way to the checkpoint, right? Or the finish line. Because if it's isolated over there, then that means... Oh, no. Or am I gonna have to? I have no idea. Where is this even taking me? Oh, God. Slow motion? Super turbo? Reactor boost up? Oh, Lord have mercy. I hate it! Did I get it? Oh, I did. I did get a silver, though. And the gold was only 55 seconds. I don't know about these times. I'm not sure about this. So I guess they must know that these are, like, more difficult tracks or something. Yeah, these times do seem fairly lenient, though. I mean, that wasn't too bad of a performance, I would say. It definitely could have been a lot better, and I made plenty of mistakes, but still, that wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. Okay? That was pretty okay. That was pretty okay for the most part. Let's move on. Right, so I see cactuses. So I'm pretty sure those were in the older TrackMania games, but They look like real cactuses this time, not like the blow-up cactuses that we saw in United Forever. Okay, what is this? This is the first red track. I am, like, absolutely terrified. That's a jump. I just missed the jump. Good. No, we're just resetting. I'm not even going back. No, we're not going back. The red difficulty tracks is where I officially stop caring about trying to get medals and just trying to beat the tracks. Okay, where? Where am I at? Okay, good. There we go. Just bounced right off my booty. And I still managed to land somehow. Okay, good God. Oh, a tiny track. Okay, there we go. Track is, like, thinning out right here. Very nice. My hair's about to thin out as well, because I'm getting, like, very flustered. Okay, here we are. Super turbo. Probably gonna be some massive jump that I have to go over. Okay, I went way too over it. Holy crap. Wait a second. Okay, hang on. Brake a little bit, like this. There, that should be good. There, okay. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. That was my fault. Okay, this is also my fault. Because, again, it looked like there was a little blind hill there, but I couldn't really tell. Oh, that's the end. That's the end. Okay. I at least got bronze. Okay, fine. At least the game's having a bit of pity on me. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Let's move on. Track 17. Oh my, we have like a wide selection of different terrains here. Asphalt. I saw some dirt somewhere. And with some street lamps around it too, apparently, which is kind of weird. Okay, yeah, so normal, like, steel terrain right here, the default terrain, is what I like to call it. I like how the checkpoints also emit their own light as well, because see those little, like, blue lights? They're being generated on the ground there, or that are being, like, layered onto the ground, I guess. Got the nice moon as well. Nice full moon out and about, very nice. Definitely bringing some atmosphere to the entire track. Oh god, this is getting, like, it's getting really sharp. Very sharp hairpin turns. Oh my goodness gracious, okay. This is not bad so far. This isn't too bad. I do kind of wish I could see, like, the gold medal times, or, like, gold, silver, and bronze medal times before I begin the track. Because you could do that in the older games, but it's fine. Doesn't really matter all too much. I did get a silver from that. Aw, I was only a couple seconds away from getting gold. Okay, that one wasn't so bad. That one was pretty good. I like that one. That sharp hairpin turn out of nowhere kind of freaked me out, but I was able to get through it. It was okay. We're good. Let's keep going. Okay, well, I already saw a ring that I have to jump through, so I'm already, like, terrified again. Okay, turbo. Where am I going? Where in the world am I going right now? Good lord. Okay, where? Where's everything? Where is anything, actually? That's what I should be asking. Okay, this is more dirt. This is just more dirt. Gotta get all the dirt on those wheels. Very nice. Make them look nice and worn. Or nice and used? Worn? I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. God, just finish the damn track and let's get this over and done with. Good lord. I don't even know what I'm doing. Okay, what is this? Super turbo? Okay. And now we jump through the ring. That ring does nothing. What does this ring do? Reactor boost up? Okay, that's fine. I'm okay with it. Oh, no, I'm not okay with it. I'm not okay with it. I'm not okay with it. Well, I can just go flying. Oh my god, please land that. Okay, well, I mean, I did technically land it, but I mean, oh god. I don't... What am I doing right now? Okay, hang on. I gotta, like... Yeah, I'm literally, like, hovering above the ground right here, guys. I've turned into a hover car. Jesus. Okay, there's the finish. Go through the finish. Did I get a bronze for that? I probably didn't. No, I didn't even get a medal for that one. Oh, 1:05. Okay, well, you know what? If there's one thing that I want to at least try to do, I want to get at least one medal. Just to, you know, as proof that I have beaten the track at least once. So, hang on a second, guys. There, this looks like a much better time. It's not going to be sub 50 seconds, but it got really close. I got a silver. Okay, that's good. That's good enough. It's actually better. Even better than bronze. Okay, nice. At least I got one medal. That's all I care about. Oh, even the rings display the time as well. That's really cool. Right, track 19. I saw some poles in the bottom portion of the track. Oh, there's poles up here as well. Okay. Go to the outside. Go to the outside. There's probably some way I could veer into the inside of those poles too while still avoiding them, but I'm not gonna take that risk right now. Not taking the chance, not taking the opportunity. Oh, good god. Okay, whoa, what is this? Oh, I don't like this setup at all. Oh, I really don't like this setup. What is this? Okay. Okay, go to that, like, outside wall or inside. Oh no, there's ice as well. Is this just a straight line? Oh, it's just a straight line of ice. Okay, well, that's fine then. As long as it's a straight line. There. It won't torture me as much. A lot of different types of terrain here again. Okay, my engine's off. I didn't notice that before. Oh, I have to go through the slalom course. Okay, hang on. Then I'm just gonna reset in that case. I'm gonna reset. Here we go. Here we go. I gotta go through the slalom. There. Okay, that was a much better performance. Oh, pass through. Oh my god, the ice again. Okay, go up the ice. Did you get up the ice? Okay, you did. You did. Okay, my engine's enabled. Yeah, if your engine does get turned off, you can re-enable it by passing through checkpoints. Oh, that's it. Did I get a... I don't know if I got bronze from that. Okay, I did at least get bronze. Oh, I almost got silver, actually. If I didn't mess up that, like, slalom course section. That's okay. I'm just gonna move on for now. Don't dwell on it. Like I said, I don't want to waste time. I just want to get these courses over and done with, for now. Alright, what's the final red track here? You may have also noticed, by the way, that you may have also noticed that I'm being an idiot again. No, you may have also noticed that the top of my car, or what do you even call it? I mean, I don't know. There's like a specific part of my car right here that says Rob01. And I think the reason why it says Rob, or R-O-B, is because of my username. Because my Ubisoft Uplay username is basically the exact same as my YouTube username. It's actually Robotnik36, because I did actually create a Ubisoft Uplay account before, way back in 2016, because in order to play TrackMania Turbo, I had to create a Ubisoft Uplay account first. Also, that's a slow motion ring, I just realized. Yeah. But in order to play TrackMania Turbo, I had to create that Ubisoft Uplay account. Oh, the rings also act as checkpoints too. Okay, well if I can stop being distracted for a minute here. What is even going on? Where am I going? I'm just gonna reset. Holy crap, man. Yeah, but it says ROB because of the fact that my username is Robotnik36. I'm very certain that's why it says that. I imagine this could probably be customized, though, in order to say different things, and probably that number as well. But hang on a second, guys. This requires, like, my full concentration, because I am, like, sucking tremendous amounts of ass right now. Hang on. There we go. That's a little bit better. Okay, I think what I have to do is that I gotta go down here. But my god, it's so confusing as to where exactly I am supposed to be going. Am I going the wrong way? Okay, no. I don't think I'm going the wrong way, am I? Okay, let me just look at this for a minute. Am I supposed to be going to the right or the left? Or am I supposed to be approaching from the right or left? Because it kind of looks like... Yeah, there's something over there. Okay, now I'm extremely confused because I literally don't know where I'm supposed to go. I'm gonna need a few minutes to figure this out, guys. Just hang on. Was I supposed to be going over here this entire time? I think so. Maybe? Oh, maybe this is where I was supposed to go. Okay, not that way. Not that way. Because there is another checkpoint down here. Okay. Now where else do I go? Where do I go next? To the right? Alright. Yeah, we got another... Oh, wait. No steering. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Well, can I still get it? Okay, no, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. That's definitely not gonna work either. Oh my god, car, please. Hang on. Veer to the left a little bit. No, that's not what I meant. Not like that. Oh god, not like this. I'm just thinking of that one Twitch emote now. That one global Twitch emote. There, that's a little bit better? No, it's not. Oh my god, it's because I'm like swerving on the damn ice. This ice is the bane of my existence. You can just suck an egg and die, oh my lord. I may have to reset the track, actually. I may have to reset. Oh no, that didn't even count. Did that not count? No, because there was something that I missed. Well, where the hell am I supposed to go then? What did I miss exactly? It's not clear where exactly I should be heading. If they put like an arrow somewhere, then that would make it a lot easier for me. Did I really get stuck on the damn ring? Like, it's not immediately clear where you're supposed to be going. Except, oh. Well, I didn't see this up here, though. It wasn't saying, like, hey, maybe you should try, like, going upwards. Oh my god, okay. Well, whatever. Whatever. I figured it out. I figured out what I'm doing wrong. Okay. I mean, I was kind of thinking that it wouldn't be as easy as that, because it kind of seemed like I got through that course pretty quickly. Despite the fact that it's a red difficulty course. Okay, yeah. So there was an entire section that I was just, like, skipping over. Okay. Well, at least I understand what I'm doing wrong now, so this will be better now. Because at least I understand the track design a little bit more. I'm a little more familiar with it now that I've played it at least once. That's okay. That's fine. I gotta jump over that thing. Okay, yeah. Here. Like this. This should be good. Nice. That is a bronze. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Silver was 51 seconds. Yeah, I'm sorry, but it wasn't immediately clear that I was actually supposed to, like, do another, like, massive U-turn and go up the side. That wasn't immediately clear. I'm still gonna call bullshit on that. Doesn't matter, though. We're through it now. Don't even worry about it. Okay, let's just get the black tracks over and done with. These are the final tracks that we need to complete anyway. Not even gonna bother with medals. Not even the bronze. Not even bronze. Get to the end. That's it. Let's start with the turbo. Okay, good. We do already have a checkpoint right here. But that doesn't mean I'm gonna, like, play completely reckless, though. I'm still gonna try to, like, play this track correctly here. Let's see. I mean, let's see what we have. Oh my god, this is like a slither course. Like what's the actual term right here? Serpentine? Yeah, serpentine. What in God's name is this? Okay. Another, like, obstacle course here? This doesn't seem all too bad. Okay. Nice. It's fine. That was okay. That wasn't as trolly as the last few. Not really, anyway. I mean, the others were not trolly at all. I just suck. That's the thing. There we are. Slow motion ring again. Okay, well, this might make it a little easier to control, actually, because... Oh, yeah. Baby boy. Silver medal. First time I ever got a medal of any sort on a black track. Oh my god, I came so close to gold. I came so close to gold. I mean, that's the first time I got a medal on any black difficulty track. Man. Silver medal on a black track. I got so close to gold, though. That would have been awesome. Would have been the first time I ever got a gold medal on a black track, but that's okay. That's okay. We're just gonna continue on. I'll come back to that. I'll come back to that and try to do it a little better. I think the problem was that I hesitated a little bit going through those poles. That's probably why I didn't end up getting that gold. I came up just short. There we are. Okay, so let's go through this one then. So what is this gonna be? This just looks like a loop. Standard loop? Okay, this is not quite a standard loop. Oh, Jesus. Okay, wow. I don't even know how I avoided that. That was some quality corner cutting right there. I don't know what this is exactly. Am I going the right way? I was going the right way. Wait, I landed it. Where's the checkpoint? Okay, here we go. I have to turn around. See, the only issue is that one of the things that was kind of convenient about the checkpoints is that whenever you reset at a checkpoint, it would also turn you around in the right direction if you were going the wrong way, but I don't believe it does that anymore. It also maintains your orientation, which kind of sucks. But anyway, oh my god, I don't know what these loops are. It's just like a barrel roll. Okay, where am I going now? Engine off? Well, that's gonna probably... I'm probably gonna need all the speed for this. Okay, there we go. Checkpoint. Nice. This is... Okay, this section is going a little bit smoother, though, I will admit. This is not as bad. It's not as bad as it could be. Is that the finish? Oh, there's 3 different finishes. That was at least a bronze. Okay, that's fine then. Yeah, silver medal was 1 minute, which I probably could have gotten if I didn't, like, if I didn't use the checkpoint as a ramp. Stage 23. I just saw, like, an overhead view of the stage for a split second. Oh, what is this? Okay, you're gonna guide me? You're gonna guide me on where to go? With the poles? Okay. Hopefully you guide me on where to go, because my god, you weren't doing a good job of that in track 20. I will be honest. Alright, this seems okay so far. Do we just have to go down? Are we just going down the mountain? This is like a rally course almost, my goodness. There we are. Okay, this seems okay. This seems good. Go. Oh. Brake a little bit, my goodness. There we are. Get some nice turns in. That I was not expecting that sudden drop off there. Okay, what is this turbo? Where do I go? Where am I going? Okay, wait, I gotta stop, I gotta stop. Oh, I'm braking too much. Okay, wait, we can recover from this. No. Don't even worry about it, we can recover. We can recover. Oh my god. Doesn't help that the camera wobbles so much as well. Did I... No, I didn't... Damn it! Okay, hang on a second. Do that again. Do that again. I already said that we're not even gonna bother with any sort of medals. No medals. No medals this time. There. Okay. Try that while right again. I can't even make words with my mouth anymore. That's how like livid I am right now, guys. Holy crap. No, that's okay. I landed it. I landed it. Hang on. Hang on. No, I know what I'm doing, okay? Don't even worry about it, I said. There. Got through that checkpoint at the very least, and with the proper orientation as well. So, if I mess up, I think it'll be okay. Oh, that was the end anyway. That was the end. 1 minute and 11 seconds. Yeah, screw that. I'm not trying that again. Go away. Okay, what is track 24? This is the penultimate track. I'm losing all of my faith right now. I'm just losing all hope for myself, because I'm just so terrible at this game. Kinda always have been, honestly, but my god. Okay, this is good. This is okay right now. Okay, this is just a simple jump? Just a simple jump. Totally fine. Not a big issue. Got those street lamps as well. Okay, this is actually a very simple looking course right now, and that kind of concerns me. I'm very suspicious about this. I'm very suspicious of what is supposedly the penultimate track of this campaign, and it doesn't actually have, like, that many crazy things going on with it. I don't trust it. I don't trust it whatsoever. Is this just about, like, trying to go fast, I guess? I don't even know. This is fine right now. Big turn, big right turn. Yeah, I am not trustworthy of this at all. What even is that jump? I don't even know what that was. That was a silver. Okay, God, well, why was the other track, like, so freaking difficult, and this one is, like, one of the easiest? I just don't even understand anymore. Okay. Actually, I'm kind of wondering am I even gonna get a trophy of any kind because I didn't get a medal on track 23? If that's the case, then I could go back and at least try to get the bronze medal on track 23, but for now, let's see what this is all about. Reactor boost up on ice? Already not a fan of it. Already not a fan. Oh my god, I hate it. I don't like it. I'm not a fan of it. I'm sorry, I'm just not. I mean, normally I would be a massive fan of, like, winter-style courses in games, but this is just, this is stress-inducing, okay? That ice physics, these ice physics are stress-inducing. I mean, ice physics in games are generally stress-inducing for me, because I think it's fair to say that basically everyone hates them. But my god, they're especially stressful for me in this game, because they're so weird. They function so weirdly. Right, what is this? Turbo? I mean, this is going a little okay right now, but I'm really not trustworthy of anything at this point. Dirt track? Okay, not bad. Not bad. Alright, that's fine. That's okay, that's a very easy section. Easy clap. Easy claps in the chat. Another... Oh, jeez. Okay, well, yeah, see, I didn't see that, that jump at all. I don't know if I missed a checkpoint. Okay, I see the finish, and it's upside down for some reason. Am I gonna have to do a weird thing again? Oh, I'm gonna have to do a weird thing again, aren't I? Reactor boost down, I presume? Yeah. Yeah, we actually just drive over to it. Not even a bad thing, we still got a silver. Okay, so we actually didn't get a trophy for that, so... You know what I'm gonna do then? I'm gonna go back very quickly and get a medal on this particular track. I'll be right back, guys. There we go, this looks a lot better. Sub 52, there we go. Very nice. That was a silver, and I did get a trophy. Okay, very good. Now I'm in the top 5 in New Brunswick, apparently. So I guess everyone in my province just sucks ass at this game. Nice to know I'm not alone. Okay, well anyway. Yeah, there we go. Medals on every single track, guys. Now I'm at 136 in Canada, 9,357 in the world. Pretty good, top 10,000. Actually, where am I in like New Brunswick standings right now? Jesus, I'm actually in number 2? Really? Those, like, the skill points that I have? How did this guy have, like, 75,000? Jesus. Yeah, that's the entire summer 2020 campaign. Alrighty then, well, there we go. We did it. We got everything. Alright, and you know what, guys? I think with all of that said and done now, we are gonna end this video here. So, I just wanted this video to serve as a showcase for what you can access in this game normally if you're just going with starter access. Like, if you don't feel like paying for club access at all, or the standard 1-year access, then this is basically everything that you have to toy with right now in the free version of the new TrackMania game. Of course, I didn't show off the map editor, but I'm not really all that interested in the map editor. Like, I'm not really that interested in creating my own maps, so that's why I didn't bother showing it off. I really just wanted to focus on the official tracks that you can currently play in this game. That's what I wanted this video to be the main focus of. So all in all, I really like this game. I do feel like they made a lot of improvements to the stadium environment here in this particular TrackMania game. And while I have always had a soft spot for the other environments from the older TrackMania games, I really do like the fact that this one just focuses entirely on stadium again, because I have been waiting for another, like, stadium-style TrackMania game for a while now, and Ubisoft Nadeo finally delivered it, and so far I'm enjoying it. I really like a lot of the new block types that they added, like slow motion and the reactor boosts that push your car either upwards or downwards, and the fragile blocks and the no steering blocks, which are honestly also the bane of my existence, just like the ice physics. I'm not sure if I'm a huge fan of the way that the checkpoints work in this game, because I've always been a much bigger fan of how the checkpoints functioned in the older TrackMania games, where it would reset you right side up. Like, for instance, if you were passing through the checkpoint and you were upside down and just skidding along on the track, if you reset to the checkpoint as soon as you passed it, you would respawn right side up. But it seems like this is something I actually discovered off screen when I went back and played track number 23 in the Summer 2020 campaign. If you flip over, pass through a checkpoint, and then restart at that checkpoint, or try to, you will restart at the checkpoint upside down. Yeah, I was not too thrilled about that, needless to say. I flipped my car over on a corner, I still passed through the checkpoint thinking that I would just respawn right side up, right? Nope, like I said, maintains your orientation even if you're upside down. That's probably the only change they made that I don't actually like. Everything else I'm pretty fine with. I do kind of wish there were more campaign tracks for me to try out, because there's only 25 here, and I mean, in the standalone TrackMania games like Canyon, Stadium, Lagoon, and Valley, you had a total of about 65 tracks, like 65 official campaign tracks that you could try out at any time. This time around there's only 25, which I feel is kind of disappointing. At the same time though, these tracks are probably going to be swapped out for a different seasonal campaign come fall. Like, probably sometime in September or October, they're going to switch this out for a special Autumn 2020 campaign. I'm not sure if I'm going to do a video on the Autumn 2020 campaign, though. Like I said, this will probably be just a one-shot video, because I would rather play this game in my spare time instead of constantly doing videos on it once every few months. I just want to enjoy this game for myself. I did want to do a video on it, though, because I had been planning on doing a video on the new TrackMania game since it was announced back in February. And I wanted to at least give you guys an overview as to what the game currently had to offer for, I guess you could say, free players, like those with the starter access. It does seem like the seasonal campaigns will be free to try for people with starter access. It's just that, unless you have standard or club access, you won't be able to keep those seasonal campaigns. Unless you pay it for a yearly or tri-yearly subscription to this game, you're not going to be able to maintain access to the older seasonal campaigns when they do finally get swapped out for new ones. Because it does seem like Ubisoft is very much implying that if you have standard or club access, you'll be able to keep accessing the older seasonal campaigns even when they do finally get removed. And you'll also be able to do that with the tracks of the day as well. Because it even says right here, keep the 100 official maps and 365 tracks of the day. And then for the 3-year period, it says keep the 300 official maps and the 1095 tracks of the day. So I imagine if you did pay for the subscription, then you would be able to keep those tracks. But I guess if you just have starter access, then once they're gone for good. But hey, at least I have video proof now that I did in fact play this campaign, so I mean, there's that. I'll at least have something to remember these tracks by once they are finally removed. But I don't think I have anything else to say other than that, guys. I mean, it's basically TrackMania all over again. What more do you want me to say? Basically the classic stadium environment from TrackMania Nations, but just a lot better. Vastly improved over the original. I'm still trying to get used to these brand new ice physics, though. I'm really gonna have to, like, learn how to properly bug slide like a true champion. But for now, this is where I'm gonna end the video. I'm just glad that I brought TrackMania back to the channel, guys, because it's been a long time coming. It's been way too long. Because I still love TrackMania even after all these years, and now we finally have a new game to tinker around with. It's great, man. I like what they're doing with the game so far. The only thing I don't really like are the ways that the checkpoints now function, and of course the subscription model, because I already mentioned that I'm not personally a fan of the subscription model in this game. I do honestly think it's kind of trash. Again, I would rather just pay the money up front for this game so I can have access to the full game permanently. Even if it's like $50 or $60, just allow me to pay up front so I have access to everything. Please and thank you. My god, Ubisoft, what are you even doing? But as for the game itself, it's great. I love it. TrackMania has never been a better arcade-style racing game. I'm definitely going to be playing more of it in my spare time. If you want to purchase this game and play it for yourself, there are links to where you can download the game on both the Uplay Store and also the Epic Game Store, because this game is available on Epic Store as well. I'm only playing it here on Uplay though, because for whatever reason, I couldn't get the game to launch on the Epic Game Store for some really weird reason, but Uplay seems to work just fine, so I just played it through that instead. But it should work regardless of which platform you're trying to play it on, it's just for whatever reason, Epic Game Store doesn't work for me. But it may work for you though. Either way, this is where I'm gonna leave the video for now. So, thanks as always for watching guys, I'll see you in the next video I make. Later!